Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. Well, I am certainly wiser than this man. It is only too likely that neither of us has any knowledge to boast of. But he thinks that he knows something which he does not know, whereas I am quite conscious of my ignorance. At any rate, it seems that I am wiser than he is to this small extent, that I do not think that I know what I do not know. Where there is reverence, there is fear, but there is not reverence everywhere that there is fear, because fear presumably has a wider extension than reverence. A system of morality which is based on relative emotional values is a mere illusion, a thoroughly vulgar conception, which has nothing sound in it and nothing true. Nature has given us 2 ears, 2 eyes, and but 1 tongue to the end that we should hear and see more than we speak. We are in fact convinced that if we are ever to have pure knowledge of anything, we must get rid of the body and contemplate things by themselves, with the soul by itself. It seems, to judge from the argument, that the wisdom which we desire and upon which we profess to have set our hearts will be attainable only when we are dead and not in our lifetime. Whom do I call educated? First, those who manage well the circumstances they encounter day by day. Next, those who are decent and honorable in their intercourse with all men, bearing easily and good-naturedly what is offensive in others, and being as agreeable and reasonable to their associates as is humanly possible to be those who hold their pleasures always under control and are not ultimately overcome by their misfortunes, those who are not spoiled by their successes, who do not desert their true selves, but hold their ground steadfastly as wise and sober-minded men. To fear death, my friends, is only to think ourselves wise, without being wise, for it is to think that we know what we do not know. For anything that man can tell, death may be the greatest good that can happen to them, but they fear it as if they knew quite well that it was the greatest of evils. And what is this but that shameful ignorance of thinking that we know what we do not know? If you don't get what you want, you suffer. If you get what you don't want, you suffer. Even when you get exactly what you want, you still suffer because you can't hold on to it forever. Your mind is your predicament. It wants to be free of change, free of pain, free of the obligations of life and death, but change is law, and no amount of pretending will alter that reality. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people.